We're underway here from Leuzinger High School. Welcome to another Ocean League basketball game tonight at Leuzinger High School. It's Leuzinger and South Torrance. They've got the basketball shooting at the basket to your left. There's Wright going underneath with a thread-the-needle pass. Back outside to Myron Terrell for the jumper. And the first 2 points of the night go to the Leuzinger Olympians. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dave Marks. Going to bring you all the action tonight in this final Ocean League game of the regular season between two teams that are trying to advance. Leuzinger has nailed down second place in the Ocean League. They will be in the playoffs. South Torrance at 12 wins and 13 losses. They have enough wins to qualify for an at-large bid, but need a win tonight to keep their hopes alive. And a high arcing shot and a good one inside by Scott Wilson starting at center. And we're tied again at 2. Myron Terrell starting in the backcourt tonight, along with Sheldon Wilson for the Leuzinger Olympians. Darrell Wright is starting at center. That's right, guarded tightly outside. Now on the weave, second shot of the night. Wilson 1 for 2. Offensive rebound, and the shot is up and in on the putback by Sheldon Wilson. 4-2 Leuzinger Olympians. Shane Nolan in the backcourt. He is an all-tournament point guard in one of the in-season tournaments they had this year. Getting it to Tyler Graham. Shane Nolan and Sean Flynn in the backcourt. For the South Torrance Spartans, Scott Wilson, the center, Kevin Ritchie, the power forward, and Tyler Graham, the small forward. They are coached by Lamont Henry, who's been at South Torrance for all of 14 years. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Do they know it? And that shot won't count. It'll be well, they say it. They wave it off. Don't give him credit for it. Rebound taken by Leuzinger. It was close to a shot clock violation. And the Olympians with the ball in the front court. Myron Terrell. Wilson with a little head fake. Stripped of the ball on a nice strip by Sean Flynn. 3-on-2. Flynn all the way. Follow-up rebound, no good. Tip once, tip twice, tips 3 times. Comes back in the lane. And there's Ritchie with a putback. Ritchie tying the score at 4. Kevin Ritchie is the leading scorer and leading rebounder for the South Torrance Spartans. 6-4 is the score. They gave credit on that last bucket to Kevin Ritchie, the scorekeeper, a little slow to put it up, so the score is 6-4 in favor of South Torrance. On that questionable play where we thought it might have been a shot clock violation, the shot was blocked by Wilson, but they were able to get the putback and put it up and in. Scramble for the ball. South Torrance with it. Graham to Nolan. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. Leuzinger Olympians 16-8 overall. 9-3 in league play, Ocean League. They have nailed down second place. Santa Monica's first. And Peninsula, I believe, is third. And on the quick inbounds, not able to hit. Have a fast break the other way. Ball knocked out of bounds on the defensive play. And it'll be Leuzinger Olympians with the basketball. Quentin Crooks checking out of the ball game, started at forward. And they have a substitution coming into the ball game for him right now. Here's the side shot. 3-point attempt won't go, missed by Terrell. He's 1 out of 3. They bring it the other way on the fast break attempt. Nice shot by Kevin Ritchie to elude the outstretched hands of Darrell Wright. Making it 8-4, 3-pointer, no good. Myron Terrell 1 for 3 now on the outside shots. Here's Shane Nolan the other way. Tyler Graham with a good off-balance shot. And Tyler Graham makes it a 10-4 South Torrance lead with 4:10 to go in the first quarter here from Leuzinger High School in Lawndale, California. Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Sheldon Wilson. He's the open man on the cross-court pass, and he's able to hit. He's got 4 now, makes it 10-6. Favor of South Torrance. Chris Duran with a 4.0 GPA in the ball game for the Leuzinger Olympians, their first sub here in the first quarter. There's Ritchie, gonna go to the 3. And that's out of bounds, 3:36 to go first quarter. Leuzinger Olympians will send a sub into the ball game. Filalu Tuione will check in here. They'll check in for Myron Terrell. Tuione, 6'5" junior, plays on the Leuzinger varsity football team, as some of you know, if you watch Channel 22 Sports. 3:28 to go. Dorrell Wright with a fake, taking it to the baseline. The pull-up, got it. Good move by Dorrell Wright. First points of the night. Leading scorer, leading rebounder, averaging 24.6 a ball game, 12.8 rebounds. Being highly recruited for Division I. Here's another man who's being recruited, Kevin Ritchie, getting it to Shane Nolan. Leuzinger in a 1-3-1. And here's a side turnaround that won't go. Ritchie on the miss. Leuzinger trying to tie the score. Wright going to pull up for three. Kevin Ritchie with the board. Ritchie to the point guard, Shane Nolan. He's going to turn and fire. That'll be off rim side left. Rebound to Ione. Ione to Wilson. Quickly going to Wright. Eludes a steal attempt, turns, shoots, won't get it. And it's taken now by Nolan. 2:20 to go, first quarter, 10-8, South Torrance. Pull up, no good. And that's going to be close to an over-the-top call, battling for the rebound between Dorrell Wright and Kevin Ritchie. And a foul is going to be charged against Leuzinger. They'll charge it on Wright, saying he went over the top. That looked like a fairly easy call to make. 2:18 to go in quarter number one. And a timeout on the court. South Torrance Spartans 10, Leuzinger Olympians 8. 20-second timeout. Basketball game of the week on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Lawndale Crime Watch is one of the featured programs on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Find out what's going on in the community. Has your car been stolen? Has your home been broken into? Is there a fire plug that needs fixing? Sometimes those leaky fire hydrants can be a problem. Sometimes it can be a squirrel loose. Who knows? A cat up in a tree. Watch Lawndale Crime Watch here on Channel 22, Lawndale Community Cable. Dave Marks here at Leuzinger High School. Last game of the regular season in the CIF. Division I AA Ocean League. South Torrance with a 2-point lead on the ball and the shot up and in. And the smooth bucket for Sean Flynn, shooting guard, makes it 12-8. 2:08 to go. Here's a three-point attempt off the rim by Sheldon Wilson. Battle for it. Wilson going to get it back. He'll face his own. Leuzinger with Darryl Street into the ball game. Darryl Street, a 330-pounder. And a couple of substitutions right now. Lamont Henry will get a sub into the ball game. Harris Shelk will come in. Harris Shelk, 6'2" junior. Make that a senior, actually. Ball will stay by way of the Leuzinger Olympians. There is Shelk, who's just checked in. Uniforms remind you of the Milwaukee Bucks, somewhat, of the National Basketball Association. Into the big fella with an elbow and a bucket. So they get it into Darryl Street. And at 330 pounds, you don't want to stand in his way as he strolls to the hole, makes it 12-10 in favor of South Torrance. 1:30 to go, quarter number one. Robert Brown checking into the ball game here. Now into the hands of the point guard, Nolan. And a side shot rims the basket. There's Chris Duran on the rebound, bringing him to the front court quickly. Duran, 5'6", senior, 4.0 GPA. Handing it to Wilson. Ran to the baseline in the land of the Giants as it knocked away, but he may get a foul call. So at 5'6", venturing into big man's territory, and he'll earn a trip to the line. Got to make you grin a little bit. 1:05 to go. Well, it won't be a shooting foul. It'll be a team foul, but the Leuzinger Olympians will take the possession. Looking underneath, overthrown and thrown away. Shane Nolan, steady point guard, brings it the other way. And Shelk back to Nolan, not a Shelk again. On the baseline to Vignoli, who's checked in. Now here's Shelk with a three. Couple of Spartans for the rebound, knocked away. And Leuzinger, 38 and 5/10 seconds, bringing it to the front court. Here's Wilson. Tione back to Wilson. He's spotted for the three. And that's going to be an over the top. They're going to get Darryl Street for going over the back. Darryl Street, 330 pounds. He's listed at about 6'7" and a senior. Chugging a luggin'. 28 and 8/10 seconds to go. A lot of subs in this first quarter. Shot clock is off. Spartans with a 2-point lead, 20 seconds to go now. Quarter number one, Robert Brown. 15 seconds to go. Back to Nolan. Getting a high pick. Now under 10 seconds to go. Lost the ball. Here comes Duran to the front court, and he's held and fouled to stop the fast break with 3.7 seconds to go in quarter number one. So they commit the foul to deny Chris Duran a layup attempt. Leuzinger Pep Squad cheerleaders here at side court. 3 seconds. Last shot of the quarter is no good. And with 8-10 seconds to go, it'll be a foul in the act, putting Myron Terrell on the free throw line. So Myron Terrell, the senior shooting guard, gets two. Trying to tie it up as the quarter will end. He'll get one more. One-point game, 8/10 of a second to go. And that shot will be off the backboard, no good. One quarter in the books here at Lawndale, California, Leuzinger High School. It is South Torrance 12, Leuzinger 11. Well, at the end of the quarter, we'd like to remind you that you are listening and watching Lawndale Community Cable, Channel 22. Ocean League Basketball in the CIF. I'm Dave Marks, sometimes joined by Rufus Washington, sometimes joined by Scott Goodman, neither of which are here tonight. Both have other prior commitments, so they got me on out here again. Glad to do it for them. Other team that we cover, the Hawthorne Cougars in the Pioneer League this year. Normally, Leuzinger and Hawthorne are in the same league in just about every sport they play, but where they put you in league depends on what you do the year before. And with Hawthorne not having a great year last year, they went to the Pioneer League, where the competition is somewhat less intense, putting it mildly. Oh, that's being politically correct, I guess. Getting set to start quarter number two. 1-point lead for the Spartans. They've led throughout. The largest lead was 6. And there's Shane Nolan with it. Nolan to Graham. And Flynn on the baseline. Ball thrown away, taken by Dorrell Wright. Wright going behind the back. Little tricky dribble. Behind the back pass. Looking underneath, but thrown right into the heart of the zone defense. On the turnover, back to South Torrance. Here's the three-pointer. Rebound grab by Dorrell Wright. Fast break the other way. 3-on-2, broken up. And Shane Nolan's got it. In the corner, spotted for the three. Won't shoot it. Goes to the wide open man. He dribbles in, trying to draw the foul, and he will. So the foul committed by the Leuzinger Olympians. There is the head coach, Lamont Henry. Been there 14 years, JV coach, sitting 2 seats to his left. Man with a dark jacket on. The JV for South Torrance lost to the Leuzinger JV by 3 tonight. They had a lead in the first half and wound up losing by 3. Had a chance to tie it with a couple of seconds to go, but a turnover. Trying to go length of the court on a pass, ball thrown away, and a Leuzinger JV beating the South Torrance JV by 3 points. There's Crooks with an open shot. He gets the roll. Quentin Crooks with a deuce. And it's 13-12. Leuzinger Olympians with their first lead, coming at the 6:34 mark of quarter number 2. Quentin Crooks giving them that lead. Foul on other end of the court. Our two officials for the ball game tonight, Brian Matthews and Dana Puz. There's Reggie Morris Jr. taking a look at the last play. Crooks in super slow motion. Good form. Well, if Rufus were here, he could judge the form as he got the good roll. Now back to live action. Kevin Kim in the ball game. That is Kim with it. Gets it to Ritchie. They've held him in check since the early stages of the ball game. And there's Scott Wilson with a shot that won't go. 6:10 to go second quarter. Leuzinger with a fast break. Duran bouncing one underneath and the reverse. Up and in by Dorrell Wright. Dorrell Wright with 4. And the two big scorers for both teams. Kevin Ritchie with 6 for South Torrance. Dorrell Wright with 4 for Leuzinger. 5-second violation. Didn't get it in enough time. Turnover ball going back to the Leuzinger Olympians. Dorrell Wright, 15-footer, got it. Bucket by Wright, starting to heat up, starting to get a few strokes. And some good interior passing, and that leads to a bucket by Sean Flynn. Sean Flynn has 4, 17-14, Leuzinger with a 3-point lead. Sheldon Wilson being hawked by Tyler Graham. Good pass off, and there's a bucket. For Lalo Tuione with his first bucket of the night. 19-14, 5:18 to go, second quarter. Tuione knocking it away and is able to save it into the hands of his teammate, Demetrius Doby. But it'll be a carry, palming violation, whatever you call it. Turnover, Doby not able to control. Reggie Morris Jr. in his first year coaching these Leuzinger Olympians. Walking out the directions. Spent some time back on the East Coast. Spent 2 years at Howard University, the Howard Bison, and 2 years at LA Southwest College. As a player, of course. His father coached for many years up at Locke High School. Couple of ticks under 5 minutes to go. Quarter number 2. South Torrance Spartans with the ball. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Leuzinger Olympians. Well, little disciplinary measures being employed tonight by Reggie Morris Jr. There are 4 Olympians who will not be seeing any action tonight. Kelsey Bars, the freshman. Non Elwright, the 6'8" senior. Dean Brown, the senior. And Jason Bernstein, the freshman. And according to Coach Reggie Morris Jr., they violated team rules. And so they have to sit out tonight. Last game of the regular season. There's a foul on the inside charged against South Torrance. Saying back in the old days you could, well, back in the 60s they would call it bopping you upside the beanie if you did things like that, if you disobeyed your coach, team discipline, but nowadays you just get reprimanded and miss a couple of games. But nevertheless, might as well learn discipline on this level. Right to the free throw line. Misses the pair. Rebound is tipped back to him. Now he's going to shoot a 3. That's no good. Shane Nolan for the Spartans of South Torrance. Nolan's open for a 3. Not able to find a range. Prem Palmer with a rebound, gets it back out, where the shot is missed by Sean Flynn, and the Leuzinger Olympians have the rebound. Dorrell Wright from the baseline. Shot is a little short. South Torrance on the break, 2-on-1. That'll count, and it'll be a blocking foul. To the delight of the South Torrance bench, Kevin Ritchie, their leading scorer. Through the contact. And the foul committed on the block. Have the score at 19-16. Got to double check that score, make sure it's correct at the 3:48 mark of quarter number 2. Not able to get the free throw, but Sean Flynn has the bounds. Back out to Shane Nolan. 3:40 to go, quarter number 2. And a fairly quick moving first half. 8-minute quarters they play here on the high school level. There's Ritchie off to Flynn for the 3. Tione with a rebound. And a fast break the other way to dunk attempt by Quentin Crooks, no good. And it's out of bounds. Well, I think Crooks took off a little too soon on that attempt. And it cost him, and it's going to cost him a turnover. 20-second timeout taken by South Torrance. 3:23 to go. He took off or did he just not get up high enough? Perhaps looking for a foul call. Looking for the foul, of course not getting it. Shane Nolan back there to try to disrupt the shot. Lamont Henry during this 20-second timeout at the 3:23 mark. Reggie Morris Jr. for Leuzinger. It's a 19-16 ball game. Leuzinger Olympians with the 3-point lead. They have locked up second place in the Ocean League. Their only 2 losses, they lost to Santa Monica, who took first place, and they lost to Peninsula. Now, of course, everybody has well, don't want to call it an excuse, but coaches like to always say reasons for losing certain games. One of the Santa Monica losses, there were some disciplinary measures. Some of the Olympians were involved in a fight in a game before and had to sit that game out, so they were somewhat undermanned during that loss. Their overall record is 16-8, and one of those losses was to the Hawthorne Cougars. They're up the street from El Segundo rivals. And during that game, that Hawthorne won, they were also undermanned. 16-8, not a bad first year for first-year Leuzinger head coach Reggie Morris Jr. Here's Flynn, little contact, nothing called. South Torrance able to keep it alive. 2:50 to go in quarter number 2. There's a little spin and a pass off. Good pass and a bucket up and in. Jason Maino with his first bucket. 1-point game, 19-18. Myron Terrell being guarded tightly. And Prem Palmer gets called for the foul. So neither team over the limit with 2:29 to go till halftime. South Torrance Spartans at 12-13 overall, 3-9 in league. Would be looking for an at-large bid. Steal attempt. Ball knocked out of bounds. Tyler Graham trying to steal the inbounds pass. In order to apply for an at-large bid, you have to have at least 11 wins. That they do. They're 12-13. But there's no guarantee that they'll get it. They're battling now North Torrance. They had a tough loss to Morningside earlier this year. Foul called on the outside. Holding foul against Tyler Graham. Lamont Henry, head coach of the South Torrance Spartans. In 14 years, he's won 3 league championships. Last one in the year 2000. Won a league championship in 92 and 93. They were CIF state runner-up. And CIF runner-up and state runner-up in 1993. And he's had a couple of impressive players come through his program. Junior Williamson back in 93. Went on to Loyola Marymount University. Is now coaching at Loyola High School. And Jerry McNair, 98, Washington State University. Brad Johnson, graduate in 99 at Texas A&M for the South Torrance Spartans. 5-second violation. Myron Terrell on the turnover, 2:02 to go. South Torrance Spartans with a chance to retake the lead. They had a 6-point lead. Leuzinger also had a 5-point lead. Shane Nolan, guarded by Myron Terrell. Turnaround, no good. Rebound grab by Dorrell Wright. 1:40 to go now, second quarter. Dorrell Wright going glass, not able to hit. Saved by Tuione. And the ball tipped out of bounds. Tripped out of the hands of Chris Duran. Referees saying the ball goes to Leuzinger. South Torrance thinking they might get a favorable call, but nothing doing. And it'll be a Leuzinger throw-in. Sheldon Wilson checking into the ball game in favor of Chris Duran. That's Myron Terrell. Wilson was just checked in. On the return. And good defense being employed right now by South Torrance as Kevin Ritchie knocks it out of bounds. 1:14 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Leuzinger by 1. Myron Terrell lobbing it underneath and not able to hit. Demetrius Doby not able to get it. Gets the rebound back, won't go. Battle for the ball. Save it into Wright, and he puts it in, and he's fouled. They saved it in to Wright. Adoro Wright goes up for 2, and he will earn a trip to the free throw line. Well, that an acrobatic save to keep it from going out of bounds. And we'll see if Wright can capitalize at the charity stripe. Three-point play for Wright. 22-18, 56 and 8/10 seconds to go till halftime. Little full court pressure being employed by the Leuzinger Olympians, and they get the steal. There's Wright to Wilson. He'll shoot. That's an air ball taken off by Nolan. A little tricky dribble, getting it to Flynn. And Naino has the ball knocked out of bounds. Naino, James Naino is his name. He will throw it in. 6'4" senior. Way outside to Nolan. Out of Flynn out high. There's about a second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 20 seconds to go till halftime, about 20 on the shot clock. 4-point game. To the baseline, Naino, way back out to Flynn. Now 9 seconds on the shot clock, 8 on the game clock. Somebody will have to shoot. Nolan will shoot, not able to hit. Rebound Leuzinger. And they give it away right at the buzzer. Ball given right into the hands of Ritchie. And he gets the ease. He says, look what I found under the Leuzinger bucket. And that makes it a 2-point game at the half. 1 half in the books from Lawndale, California. Leuzinger High School. Score, Leuzinger Olympians 22. South Torrance Spartans 20. And as Reggie Wright Jr. heads off the court with his assistant coaches in disbelief after giving up a bucket like that at the end of the half, and the Leuzinger Olympian cheerleaders and pep squad take the court. This is Dave Marks saying, join us for the second half. We'll be right back with it right after this. They're ready. All right, welcome back to Lawndale, California. Dave Marks here for Channel 22 Sports. You see your halftime score, 22-20, favor of the home team. Leuzinger Olympians have got the ball to start the second half. And this is the last game of the regular season. 2-point ball game. It's been close in the first half. And the ball thrown away. Well, the last time these two teams played, Leuzinger Olympians won the ball game down at South Torrance High School. And they were a little undermanned. It seemed like whenever a team loses, we always hear from the coach that they were undermanned or something to that extent. Well, at the half when we spoke to head coach Lamont Henry, he said he likes the intensity that South Torrance has played in the first half, and he wants them to keep it up because they think that they can play these Leuzinger Olympians very well. And you've seen them do that in the first half. And a good spin and a shot rejected by Dorrell Wright, who's the leading scorer for Leuzinger in the first half. He had 9 points at the half. 4 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get it off. And it's Leuzinger ball. Follow Tuione. There's a jumper by Terrell up and in. Myron Terrell now with 5. Makes it a 24-20 game, 7 minutes to go, quarter number 3. And speaking to Leuzinger head coach Reggie Morris Jr., his expression is, well, I don't know. Before the game, he felt that this was going to be an opportunity for his team to show some intensity going into the playoffs as Flynn goes glass and is able to hit. Sean Flynn with a bucket. And here's a 3. Good. Myron Terrell, his first 3 of the night. He's got 8. As we come quickly the other way, blocking foul. Charged on the Leuzinger Olympians. Demetrius Doby, that's his second foul. Well, we mentioned that Reggie Morris Jr. saying he felt his team would basically be getting what would amount to a pre-playoff tune-up. Well, he's going to get that nevertheless. There you see the blocking foul called. No matter how you look at it, it's a pre-playoff tune-up, but in listening to him before the ball game, he did not expect for his team to lose this pre-playoff tune-up. He expected a victory, and in listening to him, you would have thought he felt the margin of victory would be rather substantial. But that has yet to be seen, as the South Torrance Spartans have been very game. They know that they pretty much have to win. There's the tail end of the last play. The best they could do would be an at-large bid for the CIF 1AA playoffs. Southern Section 1AA playoffs. Leuzinger Olympians are hoping to get a home game in the first round. They will finish second in the Ocean League. Last time they had a home game in the playoffs first round, they played an at-large team in Crescenta Valley. They won the Ocean League back in '99. And they lost on their home court, first round of the playoffs, to Crescenta Valley, who had to win an at-large game. There's Sheldon Wilson. Has the foul committed against him. That year, Leuzinger won the Ocean League outright. And Crescenta Valley was an at-large team that had to win sort of a play-in game, so to speak. And they came here on this Leuzinger home court and beat the Olympians. Brought a lot of fans here, too. There's Doby off the pass him right. Won't go the first time. Second time, no good. Third time is not a charm, and it comes down into the hands of Sean Flynn. Will hand it to the point guard, Shane Nolan. South Torrance in the green. Moving at the basket to your left. Here's Ritchie with that gift bucket at the end of the half. Turn around here, won't go. Little trouble handling the ball. Demetrius Doby with it. Demetrius Doby. Ball taken out of his hands. Come the other way with Shane Nolan. Good pass underneath. And it's going to put Tyler Graham on the free throw line. Foul committed that time by Wallo Tuione of the varsity football team. So Tyler Graham on the free throw line. Neither team shooting that well from the free throw. They haven't been there that often tonight, but when they have, it has looked something like that. Couple of subs for the Leuzinger Olympians. Quentin Crooks coming back in the ball game, so is Myron Terrell. Make that Chris Duran will be in the ball game. So Leuzinger, somewhat small lineup right now. Both free throws are missed, but on the violation, the South Torrance Spartans will retain possession. Crooks will come out very quickly. And they'll send Darrell Street in. And as they go underneath with the pass, got a whistle and a foul called. Tyler Graham hacked. Fouled in the act of shooting. So Tyler Graham, who is the #1 defender for the South Torrance Spartans, Able to get a first free throw make of the night. 5:26 to go, quarter number 3. 1 out of 2. They're all right with the rebound. Myron Terrell with it to Duran. Terrell guarded by the top defender. Now the top defender coming over. And a good pass off. And they say he travels. They're all right with the pass, but traveling called underneath on Sheldon Wilson. So the crowd, home Leuzinger crowd, disagreeing with the call. Turnover nevertheless. Very low scoring book, 27-23. You would think this is only the first quarter. Quarter number 1, it was 12-11 in favor of South Torrance. And the shot is up and in. Bucket by Kevin Ritchie. He's got 12 to lead all scorers. 27-25, 4:45 to go, quarter number 3. It's a game for the defensive highlight reels. A lot of turnovers as well. That's Duran down the lane, looks to pass off underneath, shot knocked out of bounds. It was 12-11 in favor of South Torrance at the first quarter. At the half was 22-20 Leuzinger. Leuzinger outscoring South Torrance 11-8 in quarter number 2. It's not been a fluid offensive clinic in quarter number 3 either. And if you're thinking about the playoffs, talking with Coach Reggie Morris Jr. before the ball game, one thing you want to do, you don't want to be flat going into the first round of the playoffs, and you don't want to turnover fast. 2 seconds to go on the shot clock when that shot is taken. Here's a fast break the other way, and the shot is knocked away and a foul call. So Kevin Ritchie will earn a trip to the line. That's going to be the 5th team foul in this second half on the Leuzinger Olympians. And Kevin Ritchie makes the free throw. Oh, he is the leading scorer and rebounder for South Torrance. He was first team all-league last year, 2002. He made 2 all-tournament, in-season tournament teams this year, as you can imagine, and being highly recruited by Cal State LA and Biola College. 14 points now on the 2 free throws, and we've got a tie score at 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. And the dunk on the good pass off by Dorrell Wright. He's got 11 points, untying the score. Nolan with it. Tyler Graham. Okay, Nolan pass underneath. Shot is missed by Ritchie. Rebound Leuzinger. Dobie with it. Wilson doesn't have the shot. Throw it back out to Myron Terrell. Launches a 3. Battle for the rebound. Comes to Dobie. No good, but he's going to the line. Demetrius Dobie, the senior. Fouled on the way up. Looked like Sean Flynn. Spotted for the foul. 3:16 to go, quarter number 3. Put on a happy face. Dobie's first trip to the line, first free throw successful. Two out of 2. 4-point ball game. Leuzinger by 4. Some full court pressure. South Torrance breaking the press. Shane Nolan been in there all the way at the point guard. He's a good point guard. Flynn with a 3-pointer won't go. Rebound James Nino. Keeps it alive. Shane Nolan with it. Sean Flynn on the baseline. The turnaround up and in by Ritchie. Kevin Ritchie. He's got 16. Finding the stroke in the second half. 2:45 to go, third quarter. Turione on the miss. And South Torrance Spartans with a chance to tie. Sean Flynn with a fake. Go into Nino, back to Flynn, open for the three, and it gives him the lead. Sean Flynn with a three-pointer. He's got 9 points, and it's a 32-31. South Torrance lead, their first lead since the first half. They had a 6-point lead. Leuzinger had a 5-point lead. 2:10 to go third quarter. Demetrius Doby. Sheldon Wilson. Wallow Tuione. Back to Doby. And it's off his leg and out of bounds. Well, Dorrell Wright trying to tell his teammates to pick it up. South Torrance in a game that they need, trying to get that at-large bid into the CIF Southern Section playoffs. Leuzinger Olympians are going in, but you don't want to go in on a flat game, which is what they are basically playing right now. Give some credit to the South Torrance Spartans. They're a tough defensive team, and they played the Leuzinger Olympians well. And there's a running one-hander, no good. Rebound taken off by Shane Nolan, no good. And it'll be a foul call. So Kevin Ritchie with a running one-hander. Leuzinger not able to clear the rebound. And it looks like Tuione, Wallow Tuione will be spotted for the foul. That's his second foul. And it puts Shane Nolan. I don't think Shane Nolan ever leaves the ball game. Put him on the free throw line. He won an all-tournament, in-season tournament award. During the months of November and late November and December, before league play begins, most of these schools play lots of tournament games. 1:32 to go. Quarter number 3, three-point lead for the South Torrance Spartans. Myron Terrell, quarterback in the offense right now. It's like a man-to-man, gets it to Duran. And the ball taken away by Shane Nolan. Nolan going back to Ritchie. He'll lay it in. Kevin Ritchie with 18 now off the steal. 1:10 to go. It's a 5-point lead for the South Torrance Spartans. Leuzinger Olympians being beaten on their home court in the final game of the year on the regular season. They will be in the playoffs, and they may get a home game in the first round. It's not guaranteed, however. Here's a three-pointer. Good. Three-point shot by Sheldon Wilson. He's got 7. 45 seconds to go, 36-34. South Torrance by 2. Shane Nolan with it. To the wide open Sean Flynn for 3. Leuzinger with a rebound. Fast break. Wright underneath to the teammate. Up and in. Sheldon Wilson has 9 on the good pass by Dorrell Wright. Tying the score at 36. 20 seconds to go. Quarter number 3. Shot clock is off. Shane Nolan for South Torrance. They'll get the last shot. 15 seconds. To Kim, who's checked in. Kevin Kim has the ball taken away. Leuzinger Olympians, 2-on-1. And the shot is blocked, but there's the rebound put back up and in by Dorrell Wright. 2 seconds to go. Flynn has the ball. He'll heave it, and that's how the quarter will end. So the last bucket there scored by Dorrell Wright. He's got 13. And that's how the third quarter will end. Through 3 here at Lawndale. It's Leuzinger High School. Score, South Torrance, make that Leuzinger Olympians 38. South Torrance Spartans 36. Take a look at that last play. Just a little scoop to dupe on the pass. That was the bucket that tied the score. And so they've got the 2-point lead. 8 minutes to go. Last regular season game of the year for the Leuzinger Olympians and for South Torrance for that matter. Leuzinger outscoring South Torrance 18-16 in that third quarter. A quarter that saw South Torrance jump out to the 5-point lead. Lawndale Living, check it out. They live in the city of Lawndale, we presume, or somewhere in the surrounding areas. Lawndale Living, only here on Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Starting quarter number 4. South Torrance will have the basketball. Shane Nolan with it. Into Tyler Graham. And it's going to be 3-second, but we'll make that a call going against South Torrance. How about that? How about them apples? Quick turnover. Oh, it'll be interesting to see if we had the turnover count for tonight. It's got to be high. And of course, let's not forget the fact that this is high school basketball. And as the coaches used to say when I was in high school, it's a learning experience to a certain degree. And a little teaching experience there by Dorrell Wright, knocking the ball away. Knocking it out of bounds, James Nino has a shot knocked away. So the Olympians with the 2-point lead. Just starting quarter number 4. And it'll be a breathing foul charging in Sean Flynn. I say breathing because it doesn't look like he reached at all, but Leuzinger will take advantage of the call. Reggie Morris Jr. His first year here at Leuzinger. He wants to build a solid tradition at this school, he says. Concerned about getting community involvement with the school. Russ Thompson is principal, been here for a number of years. And if Reggie Morris Jr. does half as well as his father does on the bucket there by Dorrell Wright, he's got 15. If he does half as well as his father's done in the coaching ranks, the Leuzinger Olympians will have a fine program for years to come. Well, a young coach, a lot of energy, and a lot of ideas. Wants to build a winning basketball tradition here in Lawndale. And there's a shot, no good. Ritchie coming up a little short, fast break the other way. And a layup up and in. Sheldon Wilson on the fast break, he's got 11. And it's a 6-point Leuzinger lead. A little full court pressure. Quentin Crooks with it. There's a 3-pointer, up and in by Flynn. Sean Flynn with his second 3-pointer in a row. He's got 12. 42-39. 6:20 to go in the final quarter of the ball game. There's the pass back. Wide open shot. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound Kyle Vignoli. They can tie it on the 3-pointer. Vignoli off glass, no good. Round Dorrell Wright. Dorrell Wright leading a 3-on-2. He'll take it all the way. And he'll get the blocking foul. So it's only fitting that the top defender, Tyler Graham, on the South Torrance Spartans, gives up the body right there. Referee saying he did not have position. So Dorrell Wright on the free throw line makes his first. Dorrell Wright is being recruited by a lot of schools in Division I. He's had quite a year here. USC is looking, Iowa, Utah, Fresno State, UNLV, just to name a couple of schools. And he gets both free throws. Got 17 points. Vignoli is held and fouled. Vignoli fouled by Quentin Crooks, stopping the clock, 5:50 to go. 44-39 in favor of the Leuzinger Olympians. Non-shooting foul with Sean Flynn to throw it in. To Tyler Graham. Off-balance shot knocked away by Wright. Another block by Wright. Leads the team in block shots. Turnover. Ball thrown into a crowd and intercepted. Turnaround shot. And he got the bounce. Kevin Ritchie now with 20 points. Leads all scorers, 44-41, 5:25 to go. Quarter number 4. Right off balance. Dorrell Wright not able to hit. And close to a travel, Vignoli, but able to pass off. Vignoli with a pass underneath. And he's got the bucket, making it a 1-point game. 44-43. We're at the 5-minute mark of quarter number 4. Myron Terrell slowing it up. And to Sheldon Wilson, ball tipped away momentarily. Able to control. Gonna throw one up off balance, trying to draw the foul, and looked like he succeeded in doing just that. And it'll be in the act of shooting. Just knew he was going to get the contact, and he'll earn a trip to the line. Timeout on the court. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go in quarter number 4. It's Leuzinger 44, South Torrance 43. On Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22. Well, did you know that the City Council meets in Lawndale to discuss important things and important issues about the city of Lawndale, California? And Lawndale Community Cable makes access to those meetings available to you. So if you're concerned about how your money's being spent and what's going on, you can catch City Council meetings the first and third Monday of the month. Right here on Lawndale Community Cable, Channel 22. I'm Dave Marks for Channel 22 Sports, bringing you the final 4 minutes and 50 seconds of this final regular season game of the year for the Leuzinger Olympians before they head on to the playoffs, where they hope they will garner a home game for the first round. They will go in as number 2 in the Ocean League. And they picked up the intensity somewhat here in this fourth quarter. A little sluggish for the first 3, a lot of turnovers. Sheldon Wilson on the line. They are without Kelsey Bars, Donnell Wright, Dion Brown, and Jason Bernstein for disciplinary reasons. Reggie Morris Jr. electing to bench them tonight. 2 free throws for Sheldon Wilson. He's got 13, 46-43. Leuzinger with the 3-point lead. Kevin Ritchie on the wing. Now down the lane, looking for contact, not able to get it. Ball loose, 10 seconds to go. South Torrance able to keep it. There's Sean Flynn, not able to hit. Dobie with the rebound. Leuzinger will set it up. Dorrell Wright outside, averaging 24.6 a ball game at the 4-minute mark of quarter number 4. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Myron Terrell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's Dobie. Somebody got a hand on the shot. And South Torrance comes away with a rebound. Flynn with it. 3:30 to go in the ball game. Flynn flips it up and in. Make that Shane Nolan with a flip. He rarely shoots. He is a point guard, but made the right decision on the shot and able to put it in. 1-point ball game. 3:15 to go. 46-45 Leuzinger. Big man, Dorrell Wright. Gonna put it up off, balance it up and in. Looked like a waiter serving a plate there as he shot that one off balance. South Torrance looking for contact, nothing called. They say clean block. There comes Leuzinger the other way. Demetrius Dobie not able to handle, tries to save it, but he's out of bounds. All the way up to the top steps of the bleachers. Trying to save that one. 2:46 to go. And that last play, Kevin Ritchie. Kevin Ritchie here. The last play had the shot blocked by Dorrell Wright, looking for the foul call, nothing called. Right now he's got 22 points, 2:35 to go. 48-47, Leuzinger by 1. Well, in the playoffs, you're going to have games that come down to key possessions. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. It is Durant in the ball game, bottled up. Gets it back to Terrell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now back to Wilson. He's going to have to shoot. Not able to hit. South Torrance with a chance to take the lead. There's Shane Nolan. Nolan with a lead pass. And they draw the foul. Shot will not count, but a foul charge against the Leuzinger Olympians. Well, during the postseason, you're going to have ball games that are probably going to be tight, and each possession is going to be important. And this turning out to be a good playoff test in more ways than one for the Leuzinger Olympians. Tyler Graham will be on the free throw line. He gets 2 shots. Not able to hit, but he gets the rebound. Graham not able to hit the front end of the 1-and-1, but he saves the possession. And they get another shot clock. Now at 1:50 to go in the game. There's Graham. He goes glass, and Graham with a shot from the glass. Got 5 points, and it's a 1-point lead for South Torrance. Much to the delight of their fans who've made the trip here to watch them play. 1:35 to go, timeout taken by the Leuzinger Olympians. 1:35 to go. South Torrance Spartans 49, Leuzinger Olympians 48. Well, we said earlier, you can look at it as a tune-up, a test, whatever you want to call it, but Reggie Morris Jr., one thing he did not think was that his team would take an L or be in the fourth quarter in a game this tight. But you can look at it from the point of view that this is an excellent test for what you're going to probably face in the playoffs, whether you play at home or away, where all possessions are very important. Looking at one of the officials, Ryan Matthews. Before the ball game, he told me his name was X. Now, I hope his wife is not listening. Ryan Matthews, the man you see getting ready to hand the ball to Demetrius Doby as we play back underway. All possessions important right now. Leuzinger Olympians losing possession of the ball. Still loose on the floor. You get a whistle and a pushing foul. And a foul charged against Leuzinger. 1:25 to go. Not a full crowd tonight for either school, but a handful of fans making the trip for South Torrance. Just a little short trip up north to Lawndale. And if nothing else, a win tonight evens their season at 500. They already have enough wins. You need 11 wins to make a petition for an at-large bid with the CIF. They were going for league win number 4. And on the free throw line, their leading scorer, Kevin Ritchie, now with 23 points. Possibly headed for Cal State or LA or Biola, the senior. Misses the second. 50-48, 1:20 to go. And a big possession for the Leuzinger Olympians. Sheldon Wilson with it. And they'll shoot the shot. Wright will shoot it. Played well on the left wing. And with 1:04 to go, he's fouled in the act. So Dorrell Wright with 19 points goes to the free throw line, needing 2 to tie the score. JV game earlier tonight. Leuzinger JV winning by 3 against South Torrance. Dorrell Wright with point number 20. Missed the big one, trying to knot it up. Not able to do it. And it remains a 1-point game. Kyle Vignoli with the rebound. Shane Nolan. The South Torrance, they'd want the ball in his hands. Couple of key possessions here for both teams. Sean Flynn, who's had 2 big three-pointers. And then get to Tyler Graham. Back to Flynn. He'll shoot another 3. Almost got that one to go. Rebound, Vignoli. Not able to hit. Here's Leuzinger with the ball. 38 seconds to go. Down by 1. Wilson gets it back out down. Taken by Wright. Underneath it goes. Crooks putting it up. And was he tied up or fouled? Was he tied up or fouled? South Torrance looking for the held ball, but they're not going to get it. Referee Dana Puz says he was fouled. 27 and 6/10 seconds to go. Quentin Crooks will be on the free throw line to shoot. Well, they're going to look for the held ball. That did look more like a foul. Vignoli coming in across the arm. And not able to get the first free throw. He'll get one more, but before he does, 20-second timeout. 27 and 6/10 seconds to go in the ball game. It is 50-49 in favor of South Torrance. So key possessions right here. Last game of the regular season. Reggie Morris Jr. knows that his life would be a lot easier in these last 27 and 9/10 seconds if Quentin Crooks, his senior, is able to get this free throw to tie it up. So a lot of things can happen right here. A lot of things will be happening in the next few days when the announcements about who makes the playoffs. You know the Leuzinger Olympians are in, but it's a matter of do they get the home game in the first round. And you have to be, if you're a Leuzinger fan, concerned about the performance here tonight. Here's the big free throw, trying to tie the score. Doesn't get it. Rebound South Torrance. And a foul is committed quickly to stop the clock. 26 and 4/10 seconds to go. Quentin Crooks not able to hit the 2 free throws. And this will put Vignoli, Kyle Vignoli, the senior, on the free throw line. This would be quite an accomplishment if South Torrance is able to come out of here with a win. It'll just bolster their claim for an at-large bid. And you'd wonder if they are able to knock Leuzinger off tonight, would they get that at-large bid? They'll be happy to just take it any way they can. Here's Vignoli with the front end of the 1-and-1. Not able to hit, but the rebound comes to Ritchie. They've got another possession. Leuzinger has been killed off the rebounding boards tonight, but on that turnover, it's going to go to the Olympians. Leuzinger Olympians have had a bad night on the rebounding board. They've had a bad night as far as turnovers are concerned. But that last turnover by South Torrance could prove to be big. What led to that turnover was play by Dorrell Wright. Dorrell Wright getting into passing lanes, knocking it away. And the ball going out of bounds. Referee saying last touch by South Torrance. Well, if you're a South Torrance Spartan fan watching the game right about now, you're probably saying not a good call. Now we'll take a look at, see if we can see Wright tips it, and they're going to say, I believe, Tyler Graham touched it last. Well, not able to really judge by that, but from where I'm sitting, Dorrell Wright was able to tip it. And I guess Tyler Graham, number 24, was on your screen, probably hit him last, so they say. And on the fortunate break for the Leuzinger Olympians, they get the ball trailing by 1. There's Lamont Henry, been there for 14 years at South Torrance, trying to even his record at 500. 19 and 2 seconds to go, a lot of time. Demetrius Dobie will throw it in. Puts it into Myron Terrell. Jump pass now to Wilson. Contact made, nothing called. Now here's a shot. It's going to be way short. Rebound South Torrance. 3 seconds to go. And a foul call. Well, Leuzinger looking not too fluid on that last possession. And it will be interesting to see whether there was contact on that drive to the bucket by Sheldon Wilson. Nothing called, but the matter at hand, 2 and 9/10 seconds to go. Here's the contact, nothing called there either way. That's Sheldon Wilson and Tyler Graham. And on the rebound, the shot is after that play happened where nothing was called, seemed like it just kind of threw their offense out of order. So no matter how you look at it, this is going to be tough for Leuzinger, because even if Kyle Vignoli misses both shots, they've only got 2 and 9/10 seconds to go the full length of the court. So tough no matter how you look at it. Here's Kyle Vignoli. The first one is in, and now it is a 2-point game. Leuzinger would have to go the length of the court to try to tie it, and if he hits this one, they'll need a 3-pointer. Now, I don't know the timeout situation, but I see Coach Reggie Morris Jr. saying if he misses, call timeout. He does make it, and they will take a timeout. 4 points for Vignoli, 2 and 9/10 seconds to go. 52-49, South Torrance Spartans. So the Leuzinger Olympians will get the ball, but this is not the NBA, so you don't get it at half court. They've got to go the length of the court, and I guess from the point of view of South Torrance, in a way you might say turnabout is fair play. The South Torrance JV lost their game by 3 points. They got the ball and had to go the length of the court. They tried to bounce one to a player at three-quarter court, and it went out of bounds, and that player for the JV of South Torrance that threw the pass that bounced out of bounds was frustrated and angry when the game is over. Well, now the Leuzinger Olympians have got to do the same thing. South Torrance could elect to foul. If they foul, it makes it only a 1-point game if Leuzinger goes to the line. But the key right here will be the pass. Now the passer will be Quentin Crooks. They may see if they could try to lob one to Wright underneath. Wright will be double teamed by Flynn and Ritchie. Here's Crooks. He's the trigger man. Gets it to half court and out of bounds. Wilson not able to handle. 2.110 seconds to go. And on the turnover, Leuzinger Olympians lose a chance. That a tough ball to handle. Sheldon Wilson has it go off his hands. Now in the JV game, similar situation we mentioned. South Torrance player having to throw a similar pass. He threw his on a bounce, and a teammate wasn't able to get it. This time Crooks throwing it in the air, but Sheldon Wilson just couldn't handle. And so out of bounds now, Leuzinger Olympians, 2.110 seconds to go. Only thing they could do right now is foul very quickly to stop the clock. So looking good at the moment for the South Torrance Spartans. Barring a turnover and a very quick shot, some of the crowd starting to go home. Officials at the school trying to keep them off the court. Trying to keep them from possibly interfering with the game here in the latter stages. 2 and 1/10 seconds to go. South Torrance will have the ball. They're down by 3, or actually lead by 3. And the Leuzinger Olympians would need something big to happen for them to pull this one out. They're going to stack up on the inbounds, looking to turn it over, looking to get a turnover. They won't get the turnover. Instead, they get the foul. 9/10 seconds to go. Foul committed. And Kevin Ritchie will go to the line. Kevin Ritchie with 23 points. And he has been a key factor tonight for the South Torrance Spartans. So a rather subdued crowd at the moment. And if he misses this one, no matter what happens, it is going to be a very tough road to hoe to try to pull this one out. That's good. He's got 24 points. They'll try for the miracle shot. Now, before they threw the ball inbound, the horn sounded, and something is wrong. The ball was never inbounded, and the buzzer went off. Should be 9-10 seconds to go. Referee is going over to talk to the scorekeeper, talk to the clock keeper, and they're probably going to have to reset it. And unless somebody can think of a 4-point shot, unless you're Larry Johnson from the New York Knicks, 1999 Eastern Conference Finals, unless somebody comes up with something like that, this one is going to go into the books. So they're going to try to wind it down. Lamont Henry, head coach of the South Torrance Spartans. He's got to feel, no matter what happens, whether they get the at-large bid or not, has to be satisfied with the way his team performed here tonight. It should be 9-10 seconds to go. And now they're just going to wave it off, I believe. They're just going to wave it off. Referee threw his hands in the air, said that's it. I don't know what the situation is, but something with the clock, no matter how you look at it, this ball game is history, and the South Torrance Spartans have won it. 53-49, South Torrance with a victory. They end the regular season at the 500 mark. They are 4-9 in league play. Leuzinger Olympians go to 16-9 overall, 9-4 in league play. And for South Torrance, it's a matter of making their petition to the CIF Southern Section to see if they do wind up getting an at-large bid to the postseason. For the Leuzinger Olympians, they will wait and find out what happens to them. They will finish in second place in the Ocean League and try to see if, in fact, they do get a home game for the first round of the playoffs. Not guaranteed. They said before the ball game it's an 80-20 probability. And the loss here tonight, we have to see if that weighs in the selection committee's decision as to whether they give them a home game or not. But for a team that is definitely heading into the playoffs, having a year where they rebounded as far as their basketball program is concerned, it's not good to head off on a night like this, on a flat night, losing 53-49. Key players for both teams, Kevin Ritchie finishing with 24 points, a senior headed for big things in college. Sean Flynn, 12 points. He had a couple of big three-pointers. And it was basically Kevin Ritchie and Sean Flynn doing most of the scoring. Shane Nolan with 4 points. He had one big spectacular bucket, a point guard who doesn't shoot much, but he had a key bucket. Tyler Graham with 5 points. Kyle Vignoli with 4. The Leuzinger Olympians, Dorrell Wright with 20. Sheldon Wilson with 13. Myron Terrell with 8. Demetrius Doby with 3. Darrell Streets with 2. Well, what can you say? It's a sort of situation where if you know you're going into the playoffs, you want to get there on the best possible note. Leuzinger Olympians not able to do that tonight. They didn't seem to come to life until basically the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, they were able to jump into the passing lanes. They played aggressively. They pressed a lot, and they built a 6-point lead. And you would think on their home court, last possible home game for some of the seniors, they might come out with a victory, but it was not to be tonight. South Torrance Spartans just a little gutsier down the stretch. Their coach at the half, Lamont Henry, said he liked the way they played that first half. He felt that somehow they match up well in terms of intensity with these Leuzinger Olympians, and if they were able to do it in the second half, he felt that they would pull out the game, and they certainly did. And we'll say it once again for the final time, South Torrance Spartans hoping to get an at-large bid to the playoffs. They now have a 500 record. They have to petition the CIF Southern Section to see if they get an at-large bid. They will probably not. I can almost guarantee they will not get a home game, but they'll be glad to go in any way they can. Leuzinger Olympians 16-9 overall, and now 9-4 in the Ocean League. They have locked up second place. Santa Monica first, Peninsula third. There's a battle for another at-large spot with North Torrance perhaps, and South Torrance in there as well. Leuzinger Olympians will go in at second. They had hoped to at least secure a home game in the first round of the playoffs. They may still be able to do that, but you would wonder at the selection committee looks at the ball game tonight how that might affect their chances, but they nevertheless will be in the playoffs. So a couple of things we have to remind you of. The Hawthorne Cougars, the other team that we cover, they may be in the playoffs this year. Leuzinger Olympians will be in the playoffs. And we can tell you this much. Lawndale Community Cable Channel 22 will be attempting to do some of those playoff games. So if you like playoff basketball, this is where you'd want to be to follow the Leuzinger Olympians and the Hawthorne Cougars. By myself, flying solo tonight. No Rufus Washington tonight. No Scott Goodman tonight, both on assignment. when the playoffs come, they will probably both be here. But nevertheless, it was fun doing this ball game here tonight, getting a chance to watch this team play under a new coach in Reggie Morris Jr. And if nothing else, he looks like he's going to bring some interesting things to this program. He had an interesting team this year. He's a young, enthusiastic head coach, and he wants to do a lot in order to turn this program around and get the community and the school involved with the basketball program. Well, that does it from here. Nice side court locate. They gave us a nice location here tonight. How about that? They locked us in here. Final score, South Torrance Spartans 59, Leuzinger Olympians make that 53, Leuzinger Olympians 49. I'm Dave Marks, speaking for everyone at Lawndale Community Cable, saying until the playoffs or until the baseball season, so long.